They're looking to destroy our country.
Protecting democracy from dictatorship.
You have a boat, maybe there'll be 15 Haitians on it coming illegally. You stop the boat.
The nation's political dialogue ranges from the trivial.
Licking an ice cream cone as a man is a very personal thing. It should not be done in public.
To the toxic.
I'm only here because of affirmative action. Yeah, we know. You do not have the brain processing power to otherwise be taken really seriously. You had to go steal a white person's slot.
It's often overblown.
This is the most important election in the history of our country.
And frequently frustrating.
Debt ceiling negotiations remain at a stalemate.
That may explain why Brian Derrick,
hi friends, it's almost election day, and you know what that means.
a progressive with a professorial and positive demeanor,
I like to say stop doom scrolling and start doing something.
As well as things like an abortion ban.
has broken through the clutter.
It is so easy to feel overwhelmed, especially when you're getting news via social media, and just check out entirely. But that really just worsens your cynicism.
The 30-year-old has gained more than 72,000 Instagram followers, including some of the biggest names in entertainment, business, and government.
We are on our way to the White House.
I've had many conversations with people that I never imagined I would be connected with in my lifetime. And whether those are celebrities or chief of staff to several senior senators, I'm always sort of surprised to find out that someone follows me.
If you're just waking up, here's what you missed last night. John Fetterman flipped a Senate seat in Pennsylvania. That means that out of Wisconsin, Nevada, Arizona, and Georgia, Democrats just need to win 2 more seats in order to keep control of the chamber.
They often share his content on their own pages.
Republicans won the special election for the 8th Senate District in Wisconsin, and that's important for 2 reasons.
The Ohio State University graduate has a background in nonprofit management, fundraising, and campaign strategy, but he found a talent for teaching.
10 states actually start before Election Day.
Working in campaigns and in politics for so long has enabled me to do that in a really quick and pithy way, because online you only have 30 seconds before you lose somebody's attention to the next thing that they're scrolling through.
And he started an innovative political website called Oath. It's billed as your personal political advisor. It uses data to identify and rate competitive elections. It directs donors to spend their money where it can have the maximum impact.
We wanted to make sure that there was a way for you to find the races that were directly correlated to the issue that you care about.
Chicago will take center stage next summer as the host of the Democratic National Convention.
Hey, Chicago!
Despite the city's status as a cradle of the labor movement and a progressive capital of the Midwest, Derrick says the choice may have been a strategic blunder for the Democratic Party.
My concern around the Chicago selection was that we have this perception of a divide between big cities and a suburban or rural experience.
Chicago's recent mayoral election was viewed nationally as a sort of proxy battle between the Democratic Party's centrists and progressives, particularly on the question of how to address violent crime. He says the city chose a path that includes all viewpoints.
It's a both and. Let's invest in community solutions. Let's also give police the support and resources that they need in order to do their jobs. And I think that that's actually a very common and popular, widely held position. What it really came down to was around messaging and how you talk about that.
Even though Governor J.B. Pritzker has said he's not running for president in 2024.
No, I'm supporting Joe Biden. He's running for re-election, and he's going to get re-elected. I'm just, happy that people think of me in that way. That's certainly very flattering, but I intend to serve out my term as governor of Illinois.
Derrick says Pritzker's personal fortune and his big state progressive credentials will make him a viable candidate sometime soon.
There's no doubt that Governor Pritzker has the profile to be a very serious contender for the presidential nomination. I think there is a big question as to when that will take place.
His analysis comes with a political perspective, but without the partisan poison.
Lifting up the stories that are not getting covered, that people aren't hearing about in our algorithm-driven and filtered environment and making sure that people see the wins from the efforts that they have put in, whether that's voting or volunteering or donating. There is a real impact there, and those victories are both large and small.
In Chicago, Mike Lowe, WGN News.